You land in the city at night. Not evening, not sunset. Night. The kind where the sky is completely black, but the ground is brighter than day. Glass towers reflecting each other. Lights stacked on lights. Roads that look like glowing veins stretching endlessly in every direction. You stand outside the airport for a second longer than necessary. Because something in your brain needs time to accept this is real. You made it. A new country, a new life, a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, but will. You take out your phone, snap a picture, post it. New life starts now. Within seconds, notifications, fire emojis. Proud of you, bro. Living the dream. You smile. Because for this moment, you believe them. Month 1. The high. Everything feels upgraded. Not better in a logical sense, just sharper, cleaner, more intentional. The streets don't feel random. The buildings don't feel accidental. Even the silence feels designed. You go out every day, even when you don't need to. Because staying inside feels like wasting something you just got access to. You try new food constantly. Cheap street meals that somehow taste better than expensive restaurants back home. You sit in cafes longer than necessary. Not because you're doing anything important, but because being there feels important. You take pictures of everything. Elevators, roads, coffee cups. Because everything feels like proof. Proof that you made it out. Proof that your life is moving forward. Back home, people are watching. And from where they're sitting, you've already won. Month 2. The shift begins. The excitement doesn't disappear, it just softens. You start noticing things you didn't before. Distances feel longer. Simple tasks take more effort. You can't just walk into places and understand what's happening. Every small thing requires attention. You start your job. First day, everyone is polite, friendly, professional. But something feels controlled. Conversations don't flow. They stay within boundaries. How are you? Good. Work okay? Yes. And then silence. Nobody is rude, but nobody is open either. You go home that night thinking, it's just the beginning. Month 3. The numbers. You sit down with your first proper paycheck. You expected this moment to feel different, like confirmation, like security. Instead, it feels like math. You subtract rent, then food, then transport, then unexpected expenses that nobody told you about. You sit there longer than you should, recalculating, rechecking, because something doesn't match the version you imagined. You're not building a future, you're maintaining the present, barely. Month 6. The silence. You've learned the system now. You know where to go, how to order, how to move. But something else has happened too. Your life has become predictable. Work, phone, sleep, repeat. You try to break it. You go to a social meetup. People from different countries, different backgrounds, same situation. Everyone smiling, everyone trying, everyone slightly tired. You talk to a guy who's been here for years. You ask him, so what do you do outside work? He laughs lightly, mostly recover from it. You don't laugh, because you're not sure it's a joke. Month 9. The distance. You call home. The conversation is normal, too normal. What did you eat? How's work? Everything okay? You say yes, because explaining the truth would take too long. And even if you tried, you're not sure they'd understand it. Not because they can't, but because you can't explain something you haven't fully understood yourself. After the call ends, the silence feels louder than before. Year 1. The reality. You're no longer new. You're not exploring anymore. You're existing. And now you see things clearly. Your life here depends on systems. Visa, job, contract, approval. Nothing is permanent. Everything is conditional. You don't feel unstable, but you don't feel secure either. You feel temporary. Year 2, the adaptation. You've adjusted. You've learned how to live here. Not thrive, live. You don't get lost anymore. You don't struggle with basics. You understand how things work. But something else quietly fades. Curiosity. The excitement that made everything feel meaningful. Now everything just functions. Year 3, the pattern. You notice something strange. People around you change constantly. New faces, same conversations, same struggles, same plans. I'll stay for a few years. I'm saving money. I'll go back soon. You've heard it all before. Because you've said it too. But time keeps moving. And those few years keep extending. Year 4, the break. One evening, nothing special, you stop in the middle of your room and really look at it. Minimal furniture, no personality, no history. Nothing that says a real life is being lived here. And the thought hits you. I've been preparing to leave for 4 years. But you didn't leave. And you didn't stay either. You existed in between, half committed, half present. The realization. You didn't choose freedom. You chose delay. You postponed decisions, postponed identity, postponed building something real. Because leaving always felt easier than committing. The turning point. That night changes something. Not loudly, not dramatically, but permanently. You ask yourself, if I'm still here, why am I not living here? The choice. You stop waiting. You stop planning your exit every day. You do something uncomfortable. You commit. You invest in your space. You invest in people. You invest in routines that don't depend on leaving. You accept uncertainty, not as a problem, but as part of life. Year 5, the difference. Nothing outside has changed much. Same city, same systems, same structure. But internally, everything is different. You're not passing through anymore. You're present. Final truth. You thought moving would solve everything. It didn't. It revealed everything. Because the problem was never the place. It was the absence of decision. Ending line. You didn't leave your old life behind. You just carried the same uncertainty into a new location. And the moment you finally decide to live, not escape, that's when your life actually begins. The decision feels powerful at first, clear, almost cinematic. You wake up the next morning thinking everything will be different now. You've chosen to stay, to commit, to build something real. And for a few days, it works. You clean your apartment, you throw away things you don't need. You buy small things that feel permanent. A lamp, a proper chair, something as simple as a rug. And it changes the space more than you expected. For the first time, your room doesn't feel like a waiting area. It feels like a place someone lives. But then, real life starts again. Week 2, the resistance. The motivation fades faster than you thought it would. Not completely, just enough to make things harder. You still go to work, same desk, same people, same conversations. Nothing around you changed, only your intention did. And intention doesn't automatically create results. You sit there one afternoon, staring at your screen, thinking, now what? Because deciding to stay doesn't tell you how to build a life. Month 1, the effort. You start trying, actually trying. Not casually, not when you feel like it. You create structure. You wake up earlier. You set goals. Small ones, manageable, but consistent. You try to improve yourself, your skills, your discipline, your habits. And that's when you realize something uncomfortable. It's not the country that was hard. It's the version of you that came here. Month 2. The friction. Growth is slow, slower than you expected. You don't see big changes, no dramatic transformation. Just small progress that feels almost invisible. And that's frustrating. Because your brain still wants quick results. It still wants that month 1 feeling, that excitement, that instant reward. But this time, there is none. Just repetition, effort, and doubt. Month 3. The doubt returns. You start questioning everything again, late at night, when everything is quiet. Was this the right decision? What if I'm wasting more time? What if I should have just left? The thoughts don't scream, they whisper, constantly. You don't quit, but you don't feel confident either. You feel uncertain, again. Month 4. The first change. And then, something small happens. Almost too small to notice. A conversation at work feels easier. You respond faster, think clearer. You don't hesitate as much. It's not a big moment. No one congratulates you. But you feel it. A shift. Tiny, but real. Month 6. The momentum. Now things start connecting. Not perfectly, but noticeably. Your routines feel normal now. Not forced, not exhausting. Just part of your day. You're not trying to change your life anymore. You're just living it differently. And slowly, that difference starts showing. Month 8. The reality check. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Even when things improve, life doesn't suddenly become perfect. You still have bad days, still feel tired, still question things, still feel alone sometimes. The difference is, you don't collapse under it anymore. You handle it. Year 1. After the decision. You look back, and for the first time, you see progress clearly. Not in one big moment,